Okay, anyways, we're selling in here. So I'm like, really? You guys got MotoGP here? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's fantastic. Got tickets. I started looking, and the price was great. I couldn't believe it. I was really happy with how much the price was going to be. It was just, like 1/3 of what it would cost back, say if you were to go to Spain or American, I think it's in Austin, Texas. They do the America race. Prices are sky high, and it's all to do with supply and demand, and also, what local levels of currency are. So Asia tends to be 1/3 the price of those other places. And then I checked flights again, affordable. I was living in the Philippines, so going Manila to Kuala Lumpur, very affordable. Hotels, again, affordable enough. And the tickets, good. So got it all together and took Pink Hat, and this time the daughter was busy with college, but the son was done college, so her son came, and he's a big motorcycle fan. Asia's, he had a scooter since he was a kid, so, everybody has scooters. They call them motorcycles or whatever, but they're just little like 125 or 150 cc ones. I had a bike the one I rode down to Vegas, 800 cc, so, big cruiser. They call them cruisers. It wasn't a race bike or anything. It was a cruiser bike, but still powerful and big bike. So we flew over there to Kuala. This time I met the guy right at the guy who took us, we came out, we got in a taxi at the airport and took us into town to our hotel. And I said to the guy, we're here for 3 days for the MotoGP. Are you busy? And he's like, oh, you pay me by the day? And I'm like, yep, sure, how much? And it's always, back then it was $100 US, and that included the gas, included him, got him for all day. So it was a great deal. You got your private driver, and the day, it's not going to be like 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. or anything. It's going to be, pick us up at the hotel after breakfast, say around 10 a.m., take us shopping and take us out to the MotoGP racetrack, wait for us, bring us back in, drop us at a mall, and you're done. We'll get another taxi from the mall back to our hotel, which is always nearby because we're staying downtown. So he was into it, so that was great. And then we got, the first day was just the practice. I had these little RC Nitro race cars, and we even brought one with us. Her son did. He had one too, so he brought his with us. And there was a track in Kuala Lumpur, and I tell you, the directions in Asia is just like, we were using GPS. We were doing everything we can. We never did find the place. Drove around for like 2 hours out in the middle of nowhere and just never could figure it out. And nobody would answer our calls or do anything. So I don't even know if, the son had figured it all out, and I don't know if it was, had gone broke or wasn't around or what happened, but we never did find it. Anyways, poor him, right? He packed that car all the way across countries and then never got to use it. So that was our first day, was pretty much doing that kind of thing. And then we went out to the MotoGP and watched the practice, and we had great seats. It was the start finish line, and the very first at the end of the start finish line is like a very sharp corner, and we had our seats right at that corner. Problem started though. We get there and it's not reserved seating. You're in that section. You're in that grandstand, I guess they would call it. So you're grandstand, corner. Luckily, some guys, because I was with Pink Hat and her son was younger, they made room for us. If it would have been just me, I don't think they would have. But here, you need some seats, and so they got us. We were mid level and good seats. Crowded though, for sure. MotoGP was packed. If you saw my F1 one, it wasn't as busy as MotoGP, and that's again because they all have scooters and they love motorcycles. They just love them, and the ticket price was very affordable too compared to F1. It's nothing like an F1 price. Still high, but nothing like F1. So already in the practice, people were crashing on our corner. So we knew at the start of the race we had great seats. This was going to be a great experience. We went back into the city, always do some shopping. Prices are great in Kuala Lumpur if you're there. They got many malls. I always say it wrong. It's like Baraji or something like that. If you just type that in roughly how I say it, it's going to come up. And it's got an amusement park built into it, and lots of floors. And the higher you go, the cheaper the prices. So, and the more shops are, like self-run. It's not brand names. It's just people that are buying and selling stuff. Ironically, most of the stuff was made in Thailand, brought to Kuala Lumpur, and sold for cheaper than you could buy it in Thailand. So How that math works, I do not know, but that was what Pink Hat had figured out. So we bought tons and tons of Ralph, some knockoff stuff, right? So I got Ralph Lauren, and we were styling. We had lots of Louis Vuitton for her, and yeah, we had lots of fancy clothes and bags, and maybe spent $250 or something. I just got a ton of stuff. So definitely do some shopping if you're there. Bangkok for that matter too, right? Or Hong Kong or anywhere Asia. Just get the knockoff stuff. Is good enough quality, and it's a quarter of the price, so it's pretty fun. And then Saturday was going to be practice and qualifying. So that's a busier day. We got out there, lots of room for the car. So he just, he let us off at the gate, and then he went back, and it was quite, it's hot out there, and it's quite a bit of walking. You have to get down to your area and your section, and then go find food. And, it's a long, hot day. You need to be into the sport to enjoy it. So me and the son were into it. Pink Hat, not as much, but she tolerates it because she wants to do the shopping and be on the trip, otherwise it would just be a guy thing. So she makes do with it. And in qualifying, yeah, lots of crashes in our corner. So we're again very happy with the seats. And yeah, people, even though it's general admission, you can sit anywhere you want. When we went back for qualifying, those same guys were there, and they, oh, hey, and and so we were sitting with the same bunch, which was very nice of them, and it was comfortable again because we were with with people we somewhat knew. And yeah, we spent more of the day that day there because we didn't have other stuff to do. So we did the display booths and got the photos, with the MotoGP girls, and bought some hats, and the son was a big Yamaha fan, so he got a Yamaha jersey and from his favorite driver and whatnot. So yeah, we had a great day. Car displays, motorcycle displays, just lots of stuff to see. It's an event, so you can see lots. So we did all that, and then we get back there. Now it's going to be Sunday, race day, and we start to go out there, and it was just 5 wide of motorcycles. It was so crazy. Like the good thing is the parking wasn't as bad as it was for the Formula One race because it's motorcycles parking at this one, and they don't take up as much space, right? But it was just miles and miles and miles of scooters. It was crazy. So the race was wow. The start of the race, they come full barrel down that straightaway into that sharp corner. And yeah, 2 or 3 crashed. The main guys were successful because they're in the front, so they're always, they get through that mess. If I had to guess, I would guess my Honda guy won. It was either Honda or Yamaha back then. It was, but I'm pretty sure Honda won, so that made me happy. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Yamaha and he was happier, but as far as I remember, it was my Honda guy that won. Yeah, so Kuala Lumpur, the price is good. The events are affordable. The weather is always sunny, when they have those events. I'm sure they have their rainy season, but they're not going to run racing events in rainy season. So the weather's fantastic. Blue skies and hot. You can hire your driver for the day and just ride like a millionaire on a working man's salary. Definitely recommend Kuala Lumpur. And infrastructure and everything is, super, super good. If I had to, I would rank Philippines, Thailand, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore. I would go like that, so it's Singapore-ish at half the price. So put it that way. Kuala Lumpur is super good. I would recommend it over Bangkok any day of the week for sure. I've been to all those places. I've been to Hong Kong, Macau. Macau is pretty cool too if you want just, like a gambling weekend. But yeah, anyways, Blue Hat Bucket List Traveler. That's my motorcycle story. If you ever get a chance, go to that or the F1. Cheers.